Okay, I've got a second stream started. I'm not sure which of them is going to work best, but we're going to give it a shot. Of course, I don't have a lot of battery power on my cell phone, but we'll go from there. So thanks to D. Blair, who is in the room, she posted a picture of her Tory Burch Carrington Triangle Cosmetic case with a orange beacon card case. And I didn't have an orange. So I decided that I would place an order for one from I Love Dooney. And when I did, to my surprise, for the little small beacon card case, it came with a dust cover. Not only a dust cover, but a new Dooney dust cover in the light color. It also is different because usually Dooney and its small leather goods don't come with a dust cover. So I am sure that I can use this for other things, including my shoes when I travel. But considering the size of the card case compared to the dust cover, I'm not upset about that. I'm actually pleased that Peter has been listening to the feedback that we've provided. So I'm good. I'm good with that. But what I want to share with you, because if you missed out on this, all I can say is that you missed out. But it is thanks to D. Blair. So here we are. Look at that color. And it is in the color orange. And you've seen the beacon card cases on my channel probably at this point now like 1,000 times. Just because of the color variety and the fact that for the most part, if I have a purse, I have one of these. And for the most part, if I don't have a purse, this is all that I'm carrying. But just so that you can kind of see the pops of color, I was thinking that I was going to need one in dandelion to pull the yellow here. But now that I have this one and the Henri one in orange, which is actually more of this color, I think I may be good. The only other color that I might need would be the bone, which is available now at the outlets. If you were not aware, the bone beacon card case is available. I think the pale blue or light blue, pale blue, that the medium satchel is now available in this color. I could see needing one in this. Maybe if they come out with a forest green, I could see doing this one. Maybe a French blue. Who am I kidding? I could pull any color beacon card case to go with this, and that is what I think makes it the perfect bag companion. I've got tons of stuff in here. I eliminated like all kinds of little things in my purse because I'm using it as a tech case now, as a cosmetic case. I've got my hand lotion in here, so I don't have to worry about any of the, things taken up in my pockets. So this arrived this week. It's regular $58, and they are 50% off at the outlet, so $29. And they do have color bone for those of you that were looking. Bone is not on sale on Dooney.com or on I Love Dooney if I recall correctly. So that is the first item that was so graciously packed with a new Dooney & Bourke dust cover. So bravo, Peter, for listening to the feedback and giving us the dust cover. What I will say is that I have another small item that was purchased that we're not going to talk about tonight, and there wasn't a dust cover in the bag with that one, so it doesn't seem to be hitting every single box, but for the beacon card case, I'm good with that one being in there. All right, so this is probably going to be a little bit of a sip and cuss for DJ King. It's a whole lot of cuss for me. My tribe sisters have already heard about this. So it's going to kind of be a Henri, Bendel, Bendel bag reveal, but it's a bag that I've already carried. It's a bag that I actually carried for 5 weeks straight. And we're going to talk a little bit about what my experience was with this particular bag, and hence tonight's topic, the battle over brand quality. Specifically tonight, Dooney and Burke versus Henri Bendel. All right. So I was fortunate enough to be able to pick up several bags before the site and the store closed back in January. And there was one particular bag that I didn't even know that existed. I tell you, being this connection, I'm going to have a sip and cuss on AT&T. That's what's going to be next. So because of the name of the bag, because of the style of the bag, because of the shoulder drop, because of the organization, I picked it up. And as soon as I didn't even take the time to film it, I literally just moved my stuff from one HB bag to this bag. A couple of things. If you watched my most recent Henri Bendel haul, which was uploaded on yesterday, you saw that I had a haul and Petro Belmont tote that I'd ordered that was supposed to be in that order actually didn't ship. They shipped, I think it was the 712 Lexington tote in suede in a pale grayish blue color, which I was not a fan of. I did return that back in January and promptly got a refund for that bag. So I'm glad that that worked out. Very disappointed, though, that the bag that I wanted never shipped. But because of that first unboxing experience, I immediately unpacked all of my HB purchases to make sure that what I actually purchased was shipped. And hence the reason this one was never filmed. Hi, Backhound. I just immediately moved into it. So the bag that I am talking about is the Bowery tote. I fell in love and was able to get it actually monogrammed with my initials on it. Love the fact that this bag passes the elbow test with no problems. It was absolutely perfect for 5 weeks of travel. And I'm talking about heavy travel, in and out of the airport, in the TSA bins, under the seat, in the rental cars, in and out of meetings, on road trips, you name it. For 5 weeks, I lived in this bag. I love this bag because, one, the color. And this color was called Pure Cashmere. And it's reading a little bit. There are 5 of you that are watching on the original stream. You're getting the true color. For those of you that are watching, and there's like 41 people in the room, it's showing up a little bit more oyster, a little bit more pinky, and that's not the true color. This bag has a big butt, wide base, 4 feet that are embossed or engraved with the Henri Bendel name in it. very tall, but not, it's more east-west than it is north-south. And if you've been following my channel for any amount of time, then you know that I prefer east-west as opposed to north-south bags. I'm only 5'5" in height, so the taller a bag is, the more space it takes up when I'm carrying it over the shoulder. And I just feel like, and I'm already short, I feel like the bag just makes me look even shorter. So I prefer east-west bags. They're also a lot easier for me to get in and out of if I'm not planning to take the bag off of my shoulder. So big shoulder drop, big butt, did not have to worry about using a purse organizer, although I did. Let me take that back. The first week I did not, and then I later went back and added a purse organizer, but I didn't need it. It has the double zip pull with the Centennial stripe, and the zipper pull are reversible, all branded gold tone or dual tone hardware. So silver as well as gold hardware. The reason that this made for the absolute perfect travel bag, Peter, because I'm specifically making a request tonight, is not only the size and the fact that it has a perfect shoulder drop. It is longer than 10 inches. If I recall, the shoulder drop on this bag is 11.5 or 12 inches. So even with a puffer coat, a heavy regular winter coat, absolutely no problems getting this bag over my shoulder. What made it perfect? In so many other ways, is the fact that it has two huge outside pockets. So cell phone, my receipts from my for paying for my luggage until I'm able to get into the terminal and add it into my Carrington. Kleenex, because I carried it right through the coldest weather months, in flu season. Needing my hand lotion, gum, granola bars, you name it, it fit on the outside. And because of the magnets on the outside, I never had to worry about anything being open or exposed, but it was easy for me to reach in without ever having to unzip my purse. Then when I did unzip it, it's large enough that I was able to not only get a winter hat, my scarf, a thick, heavy scarf. I was able to get my gloves in addition to my Carrington, my full-size wallet, and everything else that I normally carry, my two Dooney cosmetic cases, because it is huge. Double pockets on the back wall, front wall, slip and zip pocket. It has the HB chocolate interior lining. I did use a lighter colored bag organizer just to kind of break up some of the dark on the inside of the bag. That would be where I think my critique starts, with the HB bags. And I still have a ton of them. I have not relinquished them. I have not listed them for sale or anything. If anything, I am going to take this bag to a cobbler and see if the one thing that did create a problem for me, if they can fix it. And I'll share with you in just a moment what that is. But as far as the review of the bag, my first critique would be the dark lining. So Peter, a red lining in a big butt bag with feet and a much, much longer shoulder drop. We need more than 10 inches. The next is the HB version of this bag. The back pocket, the slip pocket, the zipper pocket are smaller than the Dooney version. And then the two slip pockets really were not functional. I ended up taking like my chapstick, a lip gloss, a small hand lotion, and just kind of sticking those things down in there, because I usually keep my beacon card case in one of the slip pockets, but it doesn't fit in here. So I ended up dropping it in the slip pocket. But because the slip pocket is smaller than it is on Dooney, I really couldn't get anything else in there. And if I'm using that as a kangaroo pocket on Dooney, I can get my beacon card case in the slip pocket as well as several other things. Love the color. It went with everything. I lived in this bag for 5 weeks. And if there is anyone from the brand watching, I just want to point out the reason that I moved out of this bag is because of the seal on the straps. Do y'all see that? This is what the seal on the leather is supposed to look like. And after 5 weeks, this is what happened. The seal actually started peeling. You can see that? It started peeling off. Yeah, Kim, it straight peeled. I mean, just look at it right here. Peeling off. Peeling, peeling, peeling off. Diva 9000, I am trusting that a cobbler will be able to fix it, because they're going to have to fix it all over. I don't want them to just do it on the shoulder strap where the wear is and to not touch every other surface of the belt. For example, it's sealed the same way here on the side. And even though I'm not having any wear here, I wouldn't want them to do the strap and not do all of the other seals around the bag. So that is the reason that I moved out of this bag. And quite honestly, the last 2 weeks of the 5 weeks that I carried this bag, I carried it just like this. I carried it just as it was. That's how in love I am. This bag is bigger than any other tote that I have from Dooney. And trust me, I have a lot of them, and I've gone on the search and looked. The base of it is wider or deeper. It's longer. It's taller. The shoulder drops. I just need a Dooney version of it. But I was so in love with this bag that I made a decision that if there were male or female that was checking the strap of my bag that close at the airport, then they could just pull out their credit card or debit card and just buy me a replacement bag. That's how I felt about it, because that's how in love I am with this bag. To the point, if it had been anything else, and if it didn't work for me with travel, this would already be in the pile to gift, to give away. It would have been on its way to Goodwill or someplace else. But because it was so perfect for travel. Listen, y'all, I am carrying my first, is it the first? DJ King, is this the first Dooney bag of the year that I'm carrying now? Or was I in one before? Was I in one before this? Because I carried the extra large Courtney that we talked about last week no. What was I carrying before Courtney? Y'all, they say the mind is the first to go, and clearly. But for the first 6 weeks of the year, I carried nothing but Henri Bendel. Even 2 weeks with the straps messed up after heavy use. And when I tell y'all heavy use, I'm not talking about using this just as a purse. It was a purse and my carry-on tote on the airplane. So if you can imagine the weight of my bag as an everyday carry, and then tack onto that what I would carry on a plane. I'm talking about my books and magazines and the extra gloves and the hat and the scarf and extra lotion and hand warmers and foot warmers, because I was in and out of Minneapolis, Michigan, and Illinois during the polar vortex. This is the bag that got me through that. And I love it. I love it to the point that I am willing to spend the money to have the straps rehabbed. But in the meantime, because of the color, because of its function, because I lived in it for 5 weeks, I went on the hunt to see if I could find something comparable in Dooney. And I think I may have gotten slightly close. I still want that version though, Peter, in Dooney leather, because I need the outside pockets, because the version that I picked up from Dooney.com does not have the outside pockets. All right. So before I show you the bag, let's have just a little bit of a sip and cuss. So I had been waiting for a sale, you know, a 20% off of a 20% off sale, a 25% off of a regular price item, just some discount to make me make a Dooney purchase, because I, other than the Florentine Russells, I had not purchased anything from Dooney in 2019. And we are, you know, past the 15th of March. And I had gone, other than buying a beacon card case, but other than a beacon card case and Sanja, My Pursuit of Happiness, I'm not sure what else I bought while we were together in Chicago. But other than a beacon card case, I had not purchased anything. And these were recent purchases, like March purchases, because January, February, I didn't purchase anything from Dooney. And last weekend, before the spring fling started, I placed an order, and then lo and behold, the spring fling started. So of course, I'm irritated because I paid more for this bag than it would have been had I just waited. But it didn't appear that there was going to be a sale. There weren't any additional markdown. So finally, because I was looking for an HB replacement, I just took the plunge. So I took the plunge, and there are no outside pockets to this bag. So let's just talk a little bit about Dooney quality. So first thing when I open up this box is I see the new dust cover and of course my receipt. So this dust bag doesn't look like it's going to fit my new bag, but we'll see. Maybe they measured it differently and I'm just eyeballing it. So we'll see what that looks like. But thanks to Suz, I have fallen in love with my Greta Leisure Shopper. And if you have been here before, you have heard me talk about that bag, as well as me caution you that when you take bag advice from Suz What, you should be prepared to move in and live in that bag, because she will not refer a dud to you. That's all I'm going to say. Suz, I know you took a deep swallow, a gulp at that point, but it's true. If you are taking bag advice from Suz What, you should just be prepared that when you do take the plunge, you're gonna live in it. You will have to force yourself to move out because she doesn't refer duds. All right, so that's all I'm saying. She's not gonna refer a dud to you. So I fell in love with right, DJ King? That Leisure Greta shopper is amazing. I had to force myself to move out of that bag after purchasing it in 2018 because it was absolutely amazing. And the shoulder drop on it was perfect. And it fit all of my stuff. And it had a zipper top. It was perfect. So when I was looking for a replacement for Miss Pure Cashmere, I went back to the Leisure Shopper to a Saffiano oyster tote from Dooney. Now, I will tell you that I'm already missing my H1, and I haven't taken the plastic off of this one yet because it doesn't have the outside pocket. So I already feel like I'm missing out on ease of access and storage. Let's see if I can get in here. I feel good that unless they've done something with these shoulder straps, that's going to be perfect. But I do feel like I'm going to miss out on some of that storage. I also would have ordered this bag in just a solid oyster color as opposed to the Sierra trim because Sierra's going to get scratched. That I am sure. But the shoulder drop is good. So, Peter, this bag, these straps, but I need it wrapped again with leather so that I get an outside pocket on the front and the back, the full size of the bag. I also would like it to be just a little bit deeper. Just a little deeper. And a smidgen, well, it's a little more than a smidgen long. That is about an inch longer and about a half an inch deeper. I'm greedy, but that's what I need. Okay, so here we go. Reinforced bottom, and I'm going to need it because I'm going to load this baby down. Reinforced feet with the leather strips. Sierra corners as well as the Sierra leather on the bottom. Gold-plated hardware on the front that has the Sierra leather trim. No outside pockets, front or back. She passes the elbow test, right? So whenever I think about putting on a coat, or if it's a bag that you have to slide up on your arm, if you have to slide it up, it's not passing the elbow test, and this one does so beautifully. I love the attachment of the straps bag, the reinforcement. Sus. Make sure you go through eBates. All right. This bag, similar to the HB, has the zipper top. It does not have the snaps on the side, but I don't need the snaps because it has the extender so that it's going to open all the way up. And I can, because it has the extender, the flaps are going to lay down. So it actually gives me the option of using the zipper top or using it just as an open mouth tote, which the HB version did not have. Now, I got two dust covers, a blue and a white. I'm keeping both of those. I'm keeping this bag, and I'm going to make it work I do wish that even without the extra depth and length, which Peter, I know you can give me. I know you can. I still wish it had those big outside pockets. That extra organization, just think about it. If there are two huge outside pockets on the HB version, not to mention, in addition to HB, I have my own initials on here, which is priceless, which is another reason why I just cannot see myself getting rid of this bag. I'm going to get the straps fixed. So even without the outside snap, which I mean, it's great on this one. I wouldn't need it on the Dooney version. I wouldn't need that. I also don't have to have the double zippers on the Dooney version. It's nice, but I don't have to have that. I do, however, appreciate the fact that the pockets, both front and back, slip and zip, are the size that they are. But I also think that, Peter, we could make those pockets slip and zip even bigger. We could. Because if that zipper pocket was even bigger, then I could put even more stuff in there, and maybe I wouldn't have to carry 2 small cosmetic cases, because I could throw everything in a big zipper pocket. Now, I know that I carry a lot of stuff, and sometimes my bags don't lay as smooth as some of your bags, right? So, for example, the front of my cosmetic case, you can see like where my stuff is in here. Well, that doesn't bother me. It's my bag. It's my stuff on the inside. But I do think that with it being a little bigger, it won't show that. And I didn't have that problem with the HB version. So I know that last week I was on the DIY Tilton Don't Miss Out on, having a Tilton when you can buy a strap and purchase an extra large Courtney that is available in a number of different kinds of leather. And you can get a web strap from an outlet store and create your own. You're just going to lose the zipper top that the Tilton has. You're going to not be as north-south. It's going to be more east-west. But not a lot of differences. So as we are exploring other brands, I heard many of you loud and clear that you missed out on some of the HB bags. I get it. There were tons that I'm seeing after the fact that I missed out on. There were popped up on the site that I thought I was able to get in my cart, never was able to check out, so I missed out on those as well. So as much as this is a review of the Dooney version, as much as it is a review of the HB version, as much as it is a sip and cuss about the wear on the straps, it is also a DIY alternative, because you can't get your hands on this version. The HB version is gone. But if you're looking for something that could be comparable, at least it's comparable to me, then the Leisure Shopper is available. And if you go on both I Love Dooney and Dooney.com, you can find this in a couple of different versions, including red patent leather, black patent leather. So there you have a lot of options. I want this in a patent leather, and I think I should. I think I should add a red patent Leisure Shopper in my collection. I think my collection needs that. Really quick, let me show you the difference between the color between the Oyster and Dooney and the pure cashmere from Henri Bendel. This one is a little pinker. Again, this is Oyster and this is pure cashmere. Pure cashmere. And then this is the Oyster. And it is the Leisure Shopper. And because I was impatient, I did pay full price for this one. I purchased it before the spring fling sale. So I have carried this week my DIY Tilton, even though thanks to the Purse Fairy, I actually have Tilton. I unexpectedly ended up in Tennessee. And let me tell you, the versatility of having both the strap, the wide strap of the extra large Courtney, as well as the crossbody option with the web strap. That bag was perfect for travel this week, helping my mom, dealing with my nephew, in and out of the grocery store, in and out of doctor's offices, in and out of the bad weather that swept across the central U.S. this past week. It was amazing. It was amazing. Rosalind, if you can get this in red, I would say get it. I didn't realize it was in red, so clearly I need to go back to the site and add a couple more. If it's in Saffiano red, I would anything that you can find in a leisure shopper. If you are a big bag girl, if the shoulder drop on the large zip Barlow is just a shy too short for you, if the strap of what's another bag that is a little shorter, if the Maddie, when she comes straight out the package before you adjust, if that is a little too short for you, if if the shoulder drop on the large Amelie is just a little too short for you, if you just need it just a little bit more, then the leisure shopper is the way to go. Perfect drop, perfect shoulder drop. It is a larger bag. It does have the zipper top. It has the feet. Tons of different options. There is a smaller version for you ladies that would prefer a smaller bag. There is a small leisure shopper as well. It does have a shorter shoulder drop. It is not too deep. Hi, the closet dive. It's not too deep. It's not too high. It's a little bit larger than the Charleston shopper, because to me, Charleston is like a little daytime shopper. It's kind of like the size of your first shoulder bag. Not like a little girl shoulder bag, but maybe the size of the bag that you carried in your first job or your freshman year of college. The small Charleston is that. But the small leisure shopper is just a little bit. Yes, Kim, it is a perfect everyday tote. Absolutely perfect everyday tote. So, Peter, because of the quality, I had to come back because I carried my aubergine Davis tassel. That's what I was in, DJ King, before I switched out. I was in the aubergine Davis tassel tote because I had to find a tote replacement. But when I got my Davis tassel tote in Oyster, when I first got it, I carried it for 3 months straight, and it still looks brand new. So after 5 weeks of the HB heavy usage, the leather is good. The Saffiano leather, I did not have a problem with the leather at all. But the seal on those straps is what presented a problem for me. So when it didn't work out, I came back to Peter with my tail between my legs and went straight back on the site, not waiting for a sale, and found something comparable. So if you missed out on the HB version of the Bowery tote and you are looking for an alternative, then I would absolutely, hands down, wouldn't think about it twice, recommend the Dooney & Burke Leisure Shopper. If you're a big bag girl, I would say get the full size because the price is really good. And at $198 right now, you could still get an additional 20% off on Dooney.com. Plus, I think it's 4% eBates. If you are a smaller bag carrier, then I would go with the small leisure shopper. Still get your 4%. And I think the price of the small one is $168. Kim, will you verify the price difference for me, or Suz? I think it's $198 versus $168, but I could be wrong on the small version because of the price increase. So I'm asking someone in the chat if you would check the price difference for me and post it so that everyone is aware. So this is amazing. What I will show you is, for those of you at the Tory Burch, I want you to just see how much room still, and y'all, that is a big cosmetic case, but do you see there's still tons of space left and right, top and bottom. Let's see. Do you see how much space is still left in there? Not to mention you've not touched the pockets. So just imagine this bag an inch longer, an inch deeper, with double outside, full length of the bag pockets. It would be like a modified, Peter. This would be like a modified version of the Barlow. And you know, even though those straps are just a hair too short, I have continued to buy that one over and over and over again because the outside pockets, the organization on it is superb. I'm just looking to take that to the next level. Just a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper, a little bit wider, and 2 outside pockets that are full wrap. And I know it's possible because we kind of got something like that with Beacon, with the, what was it? The zip tote, the slip tote. That close, not a home run, but it was close. But I think another inch east and west on this bag and the outside pockets. And maybe we should name her. We're going to give her a name. She needs a name like Bertha. She needs to be like Big Bertha because, one, that was my grandmother's first name. She was not a Big Bertha, but Bertha would be appropriate because when I think of the name Bertha, it would be like a strong, all-purpose, everyday, in and out of the boardroom, in and out of like football games and soccer matches, and it needs to be like a name like Bertha. Yeah, see, Teresa, we would all relate to a Bertha. See, DJ King has an Aunt Bertha. Bertha. I know it's not like the Penelopes and the Sophies and the, I don't know, the Gretas. But if you can have a Greta, you can have a Bertha. You can have a Bertha. You can have a Bertha. Matter of fact, Peter, if you just reach out to me, because I know y'all know how to get in contact with me because we work together, we can just go ahead and get a Bertha started. But I don't want her to have tiara trim. I may rethink that because with heavy use, this may be what saves the corner wear. So I might back down off of that. This is probably a good design idea. But can y'all imagine Bertha in red Florentine leather? Red Florentine leather. This, a Bertha could replace Russell because Bertha has straps that are going to clear your elbow test, where Russell has those straps that are like the large zip Barlow that are just a little short. Just a smidgen. All right. So, Bertha. Okay. So, Bertha would be an inch longer, an inch wider. Follow me. We're going to keep the Sierra. No. Bertha deserves to be in Florentine. An inch longer, an inch deeper, smooth Florentine in colors like natural, red, plum, because I have plum Florentine, Peter, and it is absolutely amazing. I can see Bertha in leaf. See Bertha in orange Florentine. Bertha does not come in chestnut. Bertha can come in black, but Bertha does not come in chestnut. She should not come in chestnut. And I know out of spite, Peter, that would be the first bag that you release it in is chestnut. But Bertha doesn't come in chestnut. Everything doesn't have to come in chestnut if it's in Florida. But she can come in black, in red, in plum, in orange, in light taupe, in bone, in navy. What other color would I want Bertha in? Did I say red? Peter, red. That's the first color. Your favorite color, my favorite color, same favorite color. We should be able to get on the same page about this. Steel blue, because it would be perfect with all of your denim. Yes. An inch longer, an inch wider. Her name is Bertha. She has 2 outside full wrap pockets. And she's going to have a red lined interior. And just for kicks and giggles, it's just a little bit of experimenting on the inside, because we've gone from, you know, the leather key keepers to the nylon key keepers that were really thick and chunky to the small nylon key keepers, and we changed the color of the hardware. And I know Mrs. Q would love for Bertha to have gold hardware. Is that right, Mrs. Q? Bertha needs gold hardware on her key keeper. And Carmen would like Bertha to have leather Florentine on the key leash, the key keeper, and either 3 slip pockets on the back wall, or just enlarge the 2 pockets on the back, on the front wall, and then on the back wall, larger zip and slip. Peter, I cannot draw a square, but I know you know how to sketch bags, and I know I just cast that vision, because it's basically this. If this bag and this bag had a baby, her name would be Bertha. And Karen would like her in oxblood, and I'm saying, since let's do crimson and Bordeaux. You can do those at 2 different times. And yeah, light taupe bone, navy, red, black, plum, and limited edition. Yes. Yes. That would be the perfect bag. So, since I'm sure that there's no Bertha in the collection coming this spring, a girl can wish. I can design it. I just can't draw it. I would have to get like my mom or my cousin or someone to draw it. But since it's wishful thinking Sunday, I would say if you missed out on the HB version of the bag, I would say to get the large or the small version of the leisure shopper until Peter gives us Bertha. Yes, we will take her fall, winter. We'll take her fall, winter of 2019. Kim, I'm a little greedy. You know, tech companies make changes every 6 months and your fashion changes. I mean, we have, so you know, the fall, we can do it for the fall or the spring. I mean, there's never a bad time for Florentine. Spring, summer, winter, fall, it does not matter. If we're going to do it in Florentine, I'll take it any season. Any season. But she doesn't need to come in chestnut. She just doesn't. She just doesn't need to come in chestnut. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that there are a lot of y'all that gravitate towards chestnut in Florentine, but quite honestly, I'm going to challenge you to do something different. You just pick a color. Pick a color. Pick a color. Pick your favorite color. And if your favorite color is brown, pick a color that complements brown other than brown and go with it. Step outside of your comfort zone. So a comparison. I personally did not have a problem with the old dust cover. This dust cover, in my opinion, Vader, is tried and true as it relates to Florentine and being rough enough, durable enough, sturdy enough to be able to buff out scratches and dings in Florentine leather. I understand that there are those of you that may live in different parts of the country where the climate is different, where you may have experienced transfer from the dust cover. I personally never experienced that. So I guess I didn't really understand what the big deal was about the blue and the white. I love opening the Dooney vault and seeing the sea of blue. The new one is kind of like a linen. I don't have anything Florentine close to me that has a scratch in it to try to use this, but I can see where this being a natural textile, because that's exactly what it is. It's a natural textile. It's a lot thinner. I can see, you know, my filming lights through this bag. You cannot see anything through this one. Can't see through this one. But I could see where maybe the natural colored one, if you have climate issues with color transfer, where this would not be a problem. It seems to be, I don't have a problem with it. But I'm going to check and see if it's going to fit this bag, because they sent it to go with this bag. So I want to see if it's going to fit comfortably. It seems to be. So it fits. I'll have to tuck the straps down in, but I would have to do that. So I'm sure they just changed material and kept the same sizes. What I do like is the difference in the closure. So on you know what this one, the little drawstring is made out of on this one. But this is what it is on this one. So I'm not sure. It's not leather, but it's some kind of, it's almost like little kid shoestrings. For those of you that haven't seen it up close, that's what the drawstring looks like on the new dust covers. I think I'm going to start a hashtag on Instagram that says, "We want Bertha." My grandmother, I'm sure, God rest her soul, is getting a kick out of tonight. But my bag fits in there with no problem. What I will say is that it doesn't matter whether it's dark or light, whether it's blue or white, that if you got your bag in the dust cover, you still can't see what it is. So Project Organized 2019 is still underway because changing the dust cover color doesn't change the problem that we have, which is if they're in the dust covers, you can't see them, and out of sight, out of mind, which is probably part of their strategy, because if I can't see it, if I can't find it, I just go buy another one, which defeats the purpose of having a collection and getting gorgeous bags if you can't ever find them to carry them. But hashtag we want Bertha, because this, I'm not worried about the straps. I better not be worried. Peter, if we have issues with these straps, go get a sip and cuss. And I'm going to sip and cuss both brands because HB started it. If it wasn't for them, I probably would have never gone back for the Leisure Shopper in Saffiano, in Oyster. But this color, look at this. Oh, Saffiano. You don't have to worry about the weather. You don't have to worry about spot. Yeah, Rosalind, if Peter would consider, there should probably be like I'm filming on my phone, so I can't show you the picture. Do I want to say that? I'm not going to say that. I just think that there should be some alternatives, some brand. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it this way. This is not a Peter issue. This is not Peter. Peter, you're off the hook. This is not a Peter issue. But there needs to be some brand that, and I'm going to specifically call out the retailers, that IKEA, Home Depot, or Lowe's. So the big three, IKEA, Lowe's, or Home Depot. I need someone that works for one of those brands that sells their product lines in one of those store brands to design a storage option that is already prefab, because I need to know what, cam key and what screw goes in a hole. It's going, Rosalind, the Container Store could do it, but it's going to be more expensive there. And I'm thinking about, I could throw it on my Lowe's or my Home Depot card. But I need something that is suitable for handbag storage. Not just suitable. I need something designed specifically for handbag storage. And to be clear, I am not talking about handbags the size of my petrol crossbody wallet. I'm talking about, I need something designed that holds a ton of Berthas. That's what I need. I need something that will hold like a ton of Berthas. And it can be smaller segments, but it's stackable, it's connectable, it can fit an entire wall. But that's what I need. I do not need cubbies like kindergartners or cubbies that my shoes would fit in. Those would be great for wallets. So if you're looking for an idea to store wallets, I would recommend one of those little small shoe caddy cubby things. That would be a great idea. But I need storage boxes, shelving big enough to hold Bertha. North, south, I would love to be able to store like 2 Berthas in a shelf side by side. Not so that I'm necessarily seeing her front, because that's going to take up a lot of space, but something that if I wanted to store her this way, or rather this way, it would work. But if I also wanted to put two Berthas together so they can keep each other company, y'all, if you knew my grandmother, she was as friendly as they got. So she would have never been in a cubby by herself. But either here or two Berthas side by side, I need something that is going to fit at least two Berthas. Because if it fits two Berthas, then it will fit large Dawson. It would fit the large zip Barlow. It would fit the logo lock tote. It would fit. Would it fit? It wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit a duffel. It wouldn't fit a Newport. But I need something that takes that into consideration. And that is not a Peter issue. Off the hook, Peter. But IKEA, Lowe's, Home Depot, or even the Container Store, I need someone that designs for those brands to pick that up. That's what I need. I did find something at IKEA that I think would work, but I need something that literally I can mount to the wall and it goes all the way up to the ceiling, because I don't want to have any open space. I need to be able to store on every single inch of that wall. So the hunt is on. But if you missed out on the Bowery tote, I hands down recommend the Dooney and Burke large or small leisure shopper until Peter produces Bertha. So that's all I have tonight. If you still are looking for this, I would recommend picking it up. It's worth a day trip if you don't already have it. I want to thank Rosalind for playing personal shopper. She picked up a couple of extras, and as I understand, those extras are now gone. So you're going to have to find it on your own. I would like to thank none other than the D. Blair for inspiring me to put these two together. I would like to thank my tribe sister that gifted me Henri's, because that card case matches with this gorgeous orange stripe pop of color beautifully. And I would also like to thank my tribe sisters that have been hearing me talk about my HB bag tragedy for the last few weeks. I am sure they are glad that it is now being discussed and that we can move on to a different topic, because the straps on this hurt me to my handbag soul. I could see this bag right here. I've already started my best of 2019 list, and this bag has already made the list, even with the strap issues. But if I can get Bertha this year, I would let this one go. I would let it go. Matter of fact, I get the cobbler to fix the straps. I'd figure out how to get my initials off, because I'm sure nobody else wants it with my initials on it. Peter, I do have a question though, and maybe you can explore it. I'd rather have Bertha first, but can we get either brand embossed initials on our Florentine, like custom order, like right under the initials, right over? Heck, I'd go for it on the top. I'd settle for it being on the back, just so that I know that it's my back. Could we get like in Florentine custom? I get it. I want it branded like exactly says like LV does. And then on the Saffiano, I would be okay with like the foil, as long as it's quality foil and that it's not going to pill up. And what I will say is that in the 5 weeks of carry, the strap of this bag may have given me grief. Yep, you're right, Rosalind. Coach does it as well. But in 5 weeks, my initials didn't give me any problems. But the strap, my strap. Oh, do y'all see that? So basically, Delise, Heartstring, Rosalind, everybody's saying that Peter is the only brand that doesn't do any kind of monogramming or anything. Okay. How many of you, and I know I'm going over an hour, but I just need to know, how many of you either ordered the strap or the extra large Courtney? If you would just type strap or bag, if you purchased one or the other after the DIY Tilton live stream last week. I'm just curious if anyone purchased a strap and or the bag. So Miss Kitty got the strap. Bravo. Mrs. Q got the bag. I love it. Any other purchases out there? Says what? Bought the bag as a gift. All right. DJ King already had both. Rosalind got the bag and got the strap. Sabrina got the bag. See, Peter? Shirley got the bag. Y'all, Peter, we are speaking to you live and in person. This is like the freest, most honest. K-Carrion bought both. We are, you look, you don't even, focus group right here, Sunday afternoon, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We are telling you what we will spend our money on. We appreciate the change, even though this wasn't a big deal for me, but in order to be fair, I have to represent the collective. And I know that there are some people that lived in places where the blue was problematic. So on behalf of them, I appreciate the change in the dust cover. I also appreciate the fact that there is a dust cover now coming with the small leather goods. I appreciate that. HB kind of spoiled me because every wallet, everything, even if the bag didn't fit, as their inventory decreasing, they at least provided something. I don't want to get to the something, Peter. I want it to fit, but I'm just saying the effort, even as they were closing their doors, went a long way that they included a bag. I even got dust bags for my HB sunglasses, of which I have 9 pair. I'm not going to do these on here, but for every single pair of sunglasses that I purchased, they came hard cased and they came with a dust cover, and they came with a little drawstring bag. This is a whole nother video that I'll do another time, but the details do matter. And on that note, I'm going to take a quick look at the chat, and then I've got to go pack. Teresa, I think you were asking about the string on the new dust cover. No, I do not think it will break easily. I appreciate those that added. We will hashtag we want Bertha, because we really do. We do want Bertha. Hi, Backhound. I'm not sure if I spoke earlier. Welcome, CF. Yeah, Sus, I agree. The straps are thinner on the large leisure shopper, but they work big time. I mean, you wouldn't think that a bag that size that holds that much, that those small straps work, but they do. They really do. I don't think they work on everything, but they do work on the large leisure shopper or the leisure shopper just in general. Sonja, do you like the small leisure shopper? Ah, welcome, Nadine. I like where your head is. I like that idea. When Sabrina and Valerie and I were together a while back for brunch, we actually met a young lady here in Georgia that has a trip planned to Italy this summer because she's starting her own handbag design handbag company, and she's actually flying to Italy to actually meet with a I'm just going to call it a leather house to go ahead and start picking the leathers for her bag design. So that is very possible. Okay, so Vader also asked about the new salmon color. I think the new salmon color is just lighter than the old salmon color. I want one of the new ones, but I wouldn't be heartbroken if I didn't get it. I do believe I would be more heartbroken if I didn't get the coral. I'm more vested in getting the coral than anything else. Let's see. If you would hit the thumbs up for me before you get ready to head out. I have an amazing group of tribe sisters. So if you have not been over to check out their channels, I would kindly ask that you do so. We will be hanging out on Saturday morning on M's Squared channel for tribe time at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will be on Mrs. Q's channel on Friday night, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. I will be back on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central. I'm not sure where I'll be filming from next week. I don't know. It may be from Tennessee. It could be from the car. It could be earlier in the day on Sunday because I'm going to be on the road. Next week is just going to be kind of a toss up for me. So that I just ask that you have the bell on, so that you are aware of any upload. Please make sure that you are checking out Sonja, Covington, Kimberly, Mine Says What, Mrs. Q, M Squared, My Pursuit of Happiness, Carmen Hawkins. Please make sure you go check out Carmen's latest video. And if you have not been over to check out her son's bag review of her Coach Dreamer, you are missing out. He is hilarious. So please make sure that you check them out. M Squared, D Blair, Baghound, who is always got new content on her channel. Sandy Chris posted a bag tour this morning at Macy's. So if you're interested in seeing what is available there, please do so. Mrs. Q, I did finish watching your TJ Maxx haul. I need to go back and leave a comment. I was drooling from the very beginning when you put that gorgeous Patricia Nash spinner in your cart. TJ Maxx doesn't close until 8 p.m. here, and there's one like less than 3 miles away from the house. So if I go ahead and end this video, I could actually probably make it there before it closes to see what my store has. But there was tons of Dooney and Burke and Patricia Nash in Mrs. Q's most recent video upload. So if you have not seen that, I would encourage you to do so. Y'all, the closet dive, let me just tell you, I don't know why I keep fallen for these multi-million-dollar bag video posts that she has, because I have been looking now for all different bone. You heard me start the video talking about bone. Well, you have to go over to the Closet Dive and see what her latest cinematic production features, because I too believe that once you watch it, you will probably be on I Love Dooney or Dooney.com or Overstock or Macy's or Dillard's looking for a bag in the color that is featured in her most recent upload. Y'all, your debit cards, your credit cards are just not safe anywhere close to that channel. I'm sorry. The Closet Dive knows that I love her, but your credit and your cash are just not safe when you click on that channel. So all I'm saying is just beware. You were warned, but you still need to go check it out, because everybody else in the community will be talking about it and you won't know what it is. So you've got to go over there and check it out. But do not go empty-handed. Do not go over there empty-handed, because you are going to need your debit card, your credit card, and your kids' college tuition money for next semester, because that is a dangerous place to be. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There are several new YouTubers that have joined the community. If you are not finding them, what I would suggest is those of us that don't have our search history or content private, if you just kind of look and see what we've been looking at and liking and subscribing to, then you'll be able to find a ton of those newer channels. That is how I find them. I'm going to just say that, you know, I stalk Says What, and I stalk Sonja Covington's viewing history, because if they have looked at something and they liked it as I'm watching their videos, I just go and look at what they've done, and that is exactly how I am finding so many new content creators. So let's do what a tribe does as women supporting women and get out there and find a new content creator in this community. Welcome them. Let them know about our different gathering times throughout the week and make them feel welcome. Ladies, it has been wonderful hanging out with you. If you have not started exploring other brands, then not only would I encourage you to do so, but I'm also going to encourage you to explore the brands and bags that you have already spent your hard-earned money on. And I am going to do that, and then I'm going to sit around and wait for Peter to give me Bertha. Hashtag, we want Bertha. Thank you so very much for watching, everyone. Until next time, I do hope that you find something that feeds your Dooney addiction. Take care.